guys, it's Monday. Happy April Fool's Day. I don't have any jokes or pranks or anything. I honestly thought about making a vlog and saying, oh, I'm driving back from work, I lost my job. But I always have this fear of life imitating art. And I've always had that fear that if you say something like, oh, well, my grandma's in the hospital, when you want to take a day off from work, then your grandma's really going to go into the hospital. So I've always been cautious of that. I still don't even like step on cracks. I have a few superstitions here and there. So I don't have any pranks planned for today. I got too much work to do. I'm sure one of my fellow jackasses at work has already done something to my desk or my phone or my mouse or something. But I plan on no retaliation, not today. There's too many jokes going on today anyway, so I should have 2 story videos going up today. Things have just been hectic and I hadn't really had the time to do much. And then yesterday I ended up cooking those briskets. I didn't record a vlog on it because it wasn't my normal way of doing it, and so I didn't really want to video it if it came out really bad. And it actually came out really good. I was shocked. And everybody enjoyed it, and it was moist and tender brisket, and it actually came out perfect. I was so shocked how good it came out. So that all worked out. And then I won $100 last night. My wife said that our friends went to the we went and ate dinner over there, and our friend is Jewish, and so of course we had matzo ball soup and stuff like that, and it was like that was really good. And then we had brisket, and they ended up roasting some potatoes and carrots. It was really good. We had a great dinner last night. And he bought that gefilte fish that comes in a jar and it's cold. And it's really, he tried it and it looks like some kind of brain or something. It looks really bad. But I started looking at it and it's basically fish and matzo ball mixed together. Nearly like a hush puppy. It's kind of weird, except that it's cold and it's in this jelly liquid stuff. So my wife's like, oh, I'll give somebody $100 for eating that. And I was like, I'll eat it I said, I'll eat it, but not for $100. She goes, what do you want? And I said, I want that new Olympus camera when it comes out. It's like $300. She's like, no. And I said, well, then I'll take like $100, but I want to get some headphones or something. And webcam for my for when I do these gaming videos, because that's the one thing I don't have a webcam at all, since I have this desktop machine. So sorry, I'm tired today. So anyway, I ended up trying it and it wasn't bad at all. I was shocked. I thought it was really going to be just like the worst thing ever. And everybody was bothered by the smell, but I wasn't even bothered by the smell. I was like, it doesn't really smell like anything to me. It kind of smelled, it didn't smell pickled, it just kind of smelled fermented a little bit. But it wasn't bad. It had a little bit of a fishy odor, but I put some horseradish on it, just a little bit, and it was really good. I would have eaten it again. I mean, it's not something I would go out of my way to go buy and eat it, but it wasn't bad at all. And nobody else had tried. Him and I were the only 2 that ate any of it. Everybody else was like, no, I can't, it's gonna make me sick. And I'm like, it doesn't taste like anything. So this shows I'm a little more adventurous sometimes than other people, because I was like, okay, I would have eaten it probably without there being any money involved, because it wasn't bad. And I kept trying to tell everybody, just try a little bit. You'll probably end up liking it. It's actually pretty good. And I was even surprised because I always heard that it was gross, and it's not. And so they were like, yeah, you're just saying that because you want us to try it. I'm like, I ate a whole one, guys. Why would I eat the whole thing if I thought it was going to make me sick to my stomach? I wouldn't have eaten. I would have eaten a bite and been like, oh, I can't eat it. So anyway, I ate the whole thing. Didn't bother me. Didn't hurt me. So anyway, I'm actually like way early for work. It's like 8:44. And I'm probably about 20 minutes early so far. I don't know why I'm going so early. And one day this week, and I'm hoping to God it's not today, I'm supposed to be at work at 8:30 for some kind of training or meeting or something. And I'm hoping to God it's not today. I couldn't remember what day it was. You know, on my like it's today, and I'm late. Oh God, that would suck. Oh, Saturday's vlog was bad. I recorded it outside. I recorded it at the same, or actually a further distance away than I normally record in the car. And you just couldn't see my head. I don't know what happened. I'm thinking maybe that I zoomed in or something on the camera by accident when I was holding the camera. You know, when I was turning it on and stuff, maybe I had my hand on the part that zooms in. It just looked horrible, so I didn't post it. You can't see my face. You see just part of it, and it just wasn't worth posting. I wasn't really saying anything anyway, and most of the stuff that I said was talking about the other videos that still haven't been uploaded. My game channel has a video up. It's 20 minutes long, so, I mean, I don't know how the guys do the Happy Wheels games in 10 minutes. I guess they're not really playing that many levels, but they bring out one every day, so they record hours at a time and then cut it down and go from day to day to day. So literally you could record for 2 or 3 hours playing Happy Wheels and going through all those levels, and then turn around and cut it up into 10-minute increments, and literally you'd only have to work one day a week if that's all your channel did. Like, I'm sure Toby records one day he just does Minecraft, and one day he does, you know, another game, and another day he does Happy Wheels, works a couple hours, edits them down for the rest of the day, and then he's done. So, and if not, that's how I would do it. I would just spend one day just blasting through it all, getting it done. And speaking of editing, Dell has to come out and fix my editing rig. It's got a front panel piece where it's got 2 USB ports and headphone and microphone jack, and then a card reader. And the headphone jack makes this whining sound. It's horrible. So it's got some interference, and it doesn't do it in the back. So the headphone jack that's in the back of the computer works fine, so it's a shielding issue. Or it could just be a bad part. They're going to come out and replace it and see. I think those USB ports on there too have a problem, because I was trying to put the story videos on a thumb drive, and it literally took forever this morning. And I was like, what is going on? And so I stopped it. I plugged the thing into the back, started copying. It copied in like 30 seconds. So I'm thinking maybe that part is bad, but they haven't said when they're coming out. It's either today or tomorrow. They're gonna go to my wife's office and work on it. And I'm sure the first thing he's gonna say is, oh, it's that video card in your computer that's causing the problem. But we all know that's bull crap, because then the back headphone jack wouldn't work. But most of these people they employ don't have a lick of sense anyway, so. And I was playing with the snowball mic this weekend that I got, and that thing is crazy. I love that thing. So if you watch the gaming video, and I'll post a link to the gaming channel on here, and it should be on my list of channels. And I really wish I could change the actual name of it. And I thought about pulling the video, killing the channel and redoing it, but I've already got it set up because I originally named it Frank is Gamey, and then now I'm calling it Frank Sucks at Games, which is a true statement. So I don't know how I'm gonna fix that, but I'll leave it alone for right now, and then I may go back and fix it later. So anyway, so there should be stories going up. I don't have any of my rant and rave stuff. I actually renamed that Jackhole of the Week channel too, and I may pull that one down, kill it, and then rebuild it as this other channel. So I renamed it Frank is Angry. That way it kind of encompassed all the stuff I wanted to do with that channel as far as ranting and raving and all that. So, oh, and I have to tell you guys this quick story. Okay, so Saturday night we decided to go into Austin to look for briskets, and my wife's like, well, I want to buy a bike. Since you have a bike, I want to buy me a bike and our roommate a bike for Easter so we can go bike riding. And I think I mentioned this yesterday in the vlog too. We ended up finding me a 29-inch bike, which is just crazy. Still blows my mind that I found one that tall. Anyway, we decided to go to a different IHOP than we normally do, because when we go into Austin, we don't have an IHOP where we live, so all the times we go into Austin, we'll go, especially if it's late, we'll go to IHOP so I can get sirloin tips and eggs. So good. And so we went to this other one we'd never been to, and I guess they only had the one cook, because it took like 45 minutes. It took 30 minutes to get our food. We were there at the place a total of 45 minutes before our food came out. Our waiter like no-showed us so many times. We'd have to ask everybody else, manager included, to go get us drinks, and he never brought us silverware, and the manager had to bring our food and silverware. And so at the end of the meal, my wife's like, I'm gonna complain, and I was like, well, I'm not tipping the guy. You know, we can always just call corporate and tell them what happened, or email them and get a gift card out of it. And she goes, no, I'm gonna complain to the manager. And I was like, well, go ahead, I don't want to deal with it. And I really don't. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood, and I was so tired Saturday, I just was not in the mood. And my wife's always in the mood to argue and complain, and a lot of times it works out, and sometimes, you know, it doesn't. And it's the same way with me. Sometimes I get mad over stuff and I complain and it does no good. Or I complain and they're like, oh yes sir, we're so sorry, and whatever. So it's kind of luck of the draw on that. Well, she's talking to the manager, and he goes, I know it took way too long for your food. And he goes, you know, the waiter didn't have that many tables. And he goes, I don't know why he was just basically not coming around and checking on you guys, and everybody else was having to do it. So he said, because my wife had put her credit card in the little thing, and he goes, has he rang this up yet? And she goes, no. He pulled her credit card out and handed it back to her and said, don't worry about it. He said, I want to make sure that you guys come back to this location and see us. And the manager used to work at the location that we were going to before, and then we had a problem with that location with a waiter over this gift card thing, and it was this big fiasco. And so we ended up going, screw that, we're not going back over there. And so he had come from there and as a server, and was now manager at this other location. So he definitely hooked us up, and that was cool. He didn't have to do that. I mean, he could have probably said, okay, well, I'll take one of your meals off, and we would have been fine with that. Or you know, I'll discount it 10%, 15%. But he took care of the whole bill, which was really cool. So that definitely makes me want to go back to them. I'm just hoping the next time we go, we don't get the same waiter and we don't end up with the same issues. So, but it's still pretty cool. But anyway, hopefully it's not gonna rain tonight. I'm gonna bust my bike out and go ride it. I'm retiring the old Bike-VLog bike, and I'm gonna sell it, and we're gonna mount. I'm gonna put the camera mount on the new bike, which will actually work out better. You'll be able to see more of me because the handlebars are really wide and they're pushed out. So So it's really, the bike was built more for me, for my size. And so you should be able to see more from the camera view. And then I'm gonna get the GoPro mount for the other side, and what I'll probably do is do the GoPro facing forward and then the flip cam facing towards me, and figure out on my software how to do the split screen, or do my picture little and then have the rest of it the GoPro footage. So, but that'll take a while to figure that out. I mean, I still haven't figured out the software. But I did find, for the gaming channel, I did find something that's called EasyVid. It worked really good. It recorded everything. It makes sure that your audio and everything is syncing up, and it renders it and uploads it to YouTube. The only thing I didn't like is that it puts a little disclaimer at the first that your video was made using EasyVid. But then when I played it on YouTube, I didn't see that, which was odd. So I'm not sure if YouTube cuts that automatically or what, but I'll have to go back and look at it. And you guys can let me know in the comments if that's the case. But anyway, I'm nearly to work, and I'm having to fight with this traffic. So I'm actually like maybe a mile from work. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great Monday. Don't fall for too many pranks. They're out there. Basically, my rule of thumb is don't believe it unless you can physically see it or touch it today. So somebody says this is happening or that's happening, don't believe them. You know, if they say it tomorrow, they say, why didn't you believe me? You'll be like, really? It's April Fool's Day, jackass. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.